The purpose of this video is because I'm an idiot. I'd already come to the understanding and insight rather well that any wisdom I give out on anything, and including how to overthrow the government, which I've understood, which is spiritual stuff, or how to, I don't know, make friends, influence people, pick up chicks or guys, or make money, or be healthy. I've understood the source of all these things as the world has given me the gift of that. And I understand also how to make the world's smallest grommet, hence ergo, the title of this video. And I've already come to the understanding that if I give out any wisdom at any level, more fundamental or more small things like this, it will always mislead people away from just the good vibes that they can all figure out the source of all these things themselves. Then I was leaving saying I shouldn't do it. I told someone I shouldn't do it, how it's the world's smallest grommet maker, the world's smallest hammer, the world's smallest this, the world's smallest that. I was bragging about how I was the smallest everything, how I have the world's smallest intelligence and the world's smallest physical strength. And I make these grommets on the world's smallest table, and it's all like, it was like a 5-way world's smallest, pipsqueakiest, smurf size grommet maker. I was bragging about how tiny I was and stuff. And then I was leaving and I said, because I'm an idiot, I think I'll make this video. It took some work to no, it didn't. Every time I worked, things went wrong. Point is, I went some trial and error, and I figured out how exactly to make tarp grommets unfreaking believable. Did I not hit it? Maybe I hit the lock button, which is pretty dumb. That it did. I opened it to unlock it, and I locked it, and I closed it like a mark. Well, I did say something about the world's smallest intelligence level, though, no? Let's try that again. See, I was telling the truth about that. I was bragging about how it was the world's most pathetic thing and how I discovered this thing by dumb luck and all that. These pliers I tried, by the way, they're pretty good. They're about as good with this world's smallest grommet tool as the other thing. But nonetheless, they were about 90% as good. The hammer seems to be better than those pliers. I tried the actual good pliers, the $27 ones from Walmart. They were pretty good too, but it wasn't perfect. The hammer seemed to be better. I have no idea how these things work. It seems to be tapered. Somehow it turns grommets into the perfect grommet. I will demonstrate for you, but I only have 20 left and I need that for this tarp. Point is, for starters, these things. You might buy these things for your tarp. And then you're like, should I get 6-inch or 4-inch or what? It turns out, due to the usual dumbness of the world, that the 6-inch one is like 4 or 5 inches diameter, not 3, because it's round trip, not 6, but maybe a 6-inch circle or something like that. I don't know what. COVID-19. Actually, maybe not. I've just had that little cough for a while. Ever since this annoying person bothered me, he was very good at being annoying. I had this various sicknesses and ended up with this little dot in my lungs for the last several days. 6 inches are not 6 inches. What's the measurement of this? The diameter? Just Google how long a cigarette pack is and then add 1/3 to that measurement, and that's how long these are. Yeah, I don't need my tape measure. At Lowe's is a kit with 3/8-inch grommets and the world's smallest grommet maker, and it's even got a little hole cutter somewhere in this bag. I don't think this is 3/8, but maybe it is. It's close enough to 3/8 though. Cut the hole, or maybe you could just use the actual grommet to cut the hole. It comes with a bunch of brass or whatever they're called, copper, brass, someone called it copper. Doubt they're real gold. Grommets. The myth about grommets is grommets are a little bit bigger than eyelets. Some people think eyelets have one piece. That's not true. Grommets are a little bigger. They're for tarps and stuff. Eyelets are they're a little smaller. They're for harder stuff like plastic or metal or whatever. Grommets are for tarps. This is a grommet. It doesn't have those little star-shaped things flaying off the washer side because it's too stupid to grab. In a thing for $7 at Lowe's, which I only found from dumb luck, by the way, of course, is this now, and it works like this. On the shorter thing with the circle, you put the grommet facing up, then you put the flat side of the washer, not this side, the flat side facing like this. I've already done it like 5 times with this hammer. I'm not going to use up another one. I did it several times to be rather sure. Flat side up with the washer on top of that. Put this hobgoblin on top of this, and the best way to do it is with a hammer. A Smurf size hammer is fine, and the world's smallest cable. When I tried to hold these things with my hand and hammer it, it wouldn't work. When I tried to put it against that thing, it wouldn't work. It would still move. But when I had this in my hand, and I put this on top of it, which I won't do, but you can see it, what it would have looked like. And then I took the Smurf hammer and I tapped it like 5 times. It turned out making a perfect grommet every time, several times. Somehow this thing has this solid feel. Metal's about 1/8, 1/4 inch thick. Some thick piece of metal like this. I just held it like that, and it worked. World's smallest table, that works. World's smallest grommet maker at Lowe's for $7. World's smallest hammer, world's smallest intelligence level, world's smallest physical strength. You'll see pretty much no bicep there or anything. And it was all dumb luck. And now I can go up there and climb on top of this and redo all those tarps while standing on this car 8 feet in the air, 2 different tarps. I have to customize one tarp. And since these things should only be stretched, they'd stretch double length. I've already experimented with it, but they shouldn't be stretched completely like that. So about 2/3 the length of a 5-inch one, which is not 5 inches, but it looks like this, something like 3.5 inches or 4 inches. And that's 5-inch one. It stretches to 10 inches, but you only want it to stretch to 8. In other words, 2/3 the length of that it says, and then don't forget this whole thing wraps around double whatever it's doing. And then the only thing that 4 of these cords go through is a 3/8 inch. If you put up 1/2 inch grommet, it will be very loose. This thing won't go through it, but these 4 cords will go through it. Once you put 4 cords through a 3/8 inch grommet, I've already tried, it works. Then it still can slip through it, this thing, by the way. But if you put this thing, I'll have to listen to my words, through, once it's done with everything, it's wrapped around wherever it's going, it's coming back to here and through the last grommet that's near here. If you put this thing, if that's what you do, and then you put this thing through both of these things, this loop through in between these 2 loops, and then around this to there, and then it looks like a knot. And once you put it down, friction will hold this knot from sliding through a 3/8 inch grommet, not 1/2, but 3/8. They will fit through it. 4 of these will fit through it to set it up, and then that knot combined with 4 of these will have enough friction. I've tried it, also very strong. So that's the only way you can make one of these things work, and it should be 2/3 the listed length of this, which is not the actual length in the store or when you get it at Amazon or wherever. So 5-inch reversed to diameter. What you see at the store, whatever, or 6-inch, will not be the measurement that it was. I meant to say 6 inches before. But it's the diameter, somehow. Maybe it's including this, who knows. And then stretches to double, but don't stretch it double. So if you need something 9 inches, get a 5er or whatever, and then it'll stretch to 9, or 6 will stretch to 9. If you need something 10 inches, if you need something 12 inches, get a 10er or an 8, and so on. And then loop it around, get a 3/8 inch grommet, no smaller, no bigger. It'll barely fit through. The knot will barely stop it with 3/8. Don't get a half, don't get a quarter. This is the world's smallest 3/8. This comes in 3/8, by the way. Grommet maker by a flaming landslide. This world's smallest hammer and a world's smallest table. If your pliers will not fit around like a foot double-sided of tarp, which is what I got to do at some point, then you need one of those hammer things. There's nothing to put it behind. There's nothing. This is the world's smallest table grommet maker, and that's how you get through this conundrum, and that's the grommet eyelet conundrum. There, it's all been worked out. That took 9 minutes. Good grief. 9 minutes and 30 seconds, that is.